Drive time with Steven. All right, this is going to be a profanity-laced rant. So, just thought I would give you a disclaimer, and I'll give you a moment to stop the video. Okay, if you're still here, get ready. These stupid fucking sock-cucking protesters in downtown Portland are such scumbags. I love how President Donald Trump is getting blamed now for the federales coming in and grabbing people. Now, I talked on a stream last night with Sarah that I'm not thrilled about them having to have federal agents snatching people up on the streets. But I understand also in this scenario why we're doing it. Because Ted Worthless Wheeler hasn't done anything for 50 some odd days as protests night after night after night have happened in downtown Portland. And because of that, what was President Trump supposed to do? Just let the basement dwelling protesters, the pansy-wansy, non-binary basement dwelling, scum-sucking Antifa protesters, the worthless, whitey, little freaking shit-licking protesters, was he supposed to just, I just spit everywhere, was he supposed to just let them burn down the federal courthouse? Ted Wheeler is worthless. And I say it like this just for obvious reasons, because he's just limp-wristed, and he just needs, Ted Wheeler needs to go. But he won't go, because he's living in Nobathistan. He's living in the capital of Nobathistan down there. He's running the capital of the Marxist anarchists. I don't even know if you can be a Marxist and an anarchist. The absolute insane communist Portland, Oregon. It is a shithole. A motherfucking shithole right now. So I told you there was going to be bad language. I apologize, kind of. Totally. I am going to actually do a live stream where I just drive around here. I'm gonna do one of these maybe tonight or tomorrow, where I'm just gonna drive around Portland and live stream it for you guys. And so you guys can see what a crap hole Portland, Oregon, the city of roses, yeah, no, not so much anymore, has become because of the leftist scumbag Antifa that has been given license by Ted Wheeler to run amok. And Kate Brown, you're on the hook too, Katie. You're on the hook too, Katie Brown, for not stepping up and making sure that one of the cities of which, in the state of which you govern, is not being ran into the shitter. And it is. So Katie Brown and Brownstein and old Ted Wheeler need to, we need to get rid of those. Try not to go totally asshole on them. We need to get rid of them. They are freaking ridiculously terrible leaders. Terrible, terrible, terrible leaders. And they're effing up Portland hard. Big time! Bend over, grab your ankles, I want to put it in. That's what's happening right now in Portland. And so we send in the federal agents, and now all of a sudden it's Trump. Now you got you got the mommy protesters, 2,000 strong down there saying, hands up, don't shoot, singing with their masks on. But still, not social distancing, right? But again, social distancing doesn't apply. Duh. Pandemic rules don't apply when it comes to protesting, guys. If you haven't figured this one out yet. Because the virus can discriminate, and it's not going to infect you if you're spreading hate or if you're protesting Trump or if you have TDS. Apparently, you don't get the virus. It's a beautiful thing. Like TDS, if you already have the Trump derangement syndrome, you have natural antibodies in your system to any of this planned scamdemic, the China COVID-1984 virus. Okay, Just so you're aware. But anyways, you have 2,000 protesters down there protesting that the federal government's in there pulling up in minivans and grabbing people. And also, let's keep this. Let's put this in perspective. They're not shipping them to Gitmo and waterboarding these pieces of shit like they should. They should be loading them up and sending them to Gitmo and waterboard these pieces of Antifa's communist shit. That would be what they need and should do to these fucks. But they're not. They're grabbing up the people that they have been keeping an eye on for a while, that they know, oh, that's a leader, oh, that's an instigator, oh, that's what somebody that's been doing, X, Y, and Z. They're grabbing up these people, throwing them in a minivan, which I think is pretty awesome, and processing them, then letting them go. They're not like holding them which they could under the NDAA, under a national emergency, right? You could hold them, well, which I don't agree with. I think the NDAA is scary as shit, right? Where your habeas corpus is completely and totally suspended, right? To some extent, I guess it is, because it's not like they're reading them their rights. They're just grabbing them and throwing their ass in. So habeas, which that part of it I don't like. I'll be honest with you. As a conservative, I'm like, I don't like the habeas corpus is getting violated here. Again, though, what are they going to do? What are you going to do? I guess what you could do is go after the scum that are organizing it. Go after the scum that are helping it, right? Get the leaders. That's the thing, man. Antifa is a flipping terrorist organization. I mean, just stated goals of them. What they do, it's like they are fucking terror. They are the fascists. If you don't know who Antifa is, and if you're gonna defend Antifa in any way, shape, or form, fuck you. For Antifa sucks. They're worthless. I cannot stand them. I wish they all would get basically all wrangled up. I wish they'd all get rounded up. That's a better word that I was looking for. And like I said, shipped off to Gitmo and waterboarded. I think that'd be appropriate for them because they're such pieces of crap. But they're not. They're just getting rounded up, fingerprinted, probably booked, and then let go. So, but I think I'm conflicted on them getting snatched up, but I like it because it's Antifa. But I just know the tables could be turned when we have a different president in office, and then you have Trump supporters out there on the street. And we already know that all the left and the Democrats already think Trump supporters are white supremacist terrorists, right? We're all the domestic whitey terrorists, right? That's what any Trump or conservative or white person is, a terrorist. So the script could get flipped is what I'm trying to say. But the Nancy Pelosi's of the world, the Chuck Schumers of the world, these pieces of crap, they love what's going on because it gives them a reason and it gives them an excuse. They don't want to stop the violence or the rooting or the rioting and the protest. They don't want to stop that. They don't want to stop that. They even though they don't support it down deep, right? They pretend like they do. They don't really, but they don't want to stop it. If Biden was in office, you bet your bottom ass dollar. If there was a Democrat, they would fire. Oh, fuck, dude. They would clamp down on this shit yesterday, a week ago. But since Trump's in office, they love that it's completely and totally getting out of hand, because then what they can say and then what they can do is point to Trump when he has to come in and fucking handle it. And just what they're really probably what they're waiting for is a protester to get killed by one of these guys. That's really what would make their wet dream all exciting, is that they want a protester to die so that then they can stand on the grave of that protester, rioter, and be, like, look what Trump did, his authoritarian regime. Oh, he killed these protesters, blah, blah, blah. That's what they're trying to get. They're pieces of shit. They're all pieces of shit. And it's all ultimately a distraction. All of this shit is a distraction, right? And then you got people focusing on whether or not Trump's wearing a mask. Fuck you and your mask wearing bullshit. If you're so stupid, so goddamn dumb, just dumber than a box of rocks, special kind of stupid, that you think a mask does shit for you, I am sorry, there is no help for you. You are dumber than dirt if you think that. And so people are like, I'm pissed about that Trump, because he actually came out and said wearing a mask is patriotic. Patriotic? It's patriotic. It's not patriotic, Trump. I'm pissed at Trump for saying that. But then he gets nailed again today on something where he says that, and then 5 minutes later he's walking without a mask. Stand by. This is where I want to, if I was talking to President, if Donald was sitting right next to me on my drive time with Stephen, I'd say, Donald, Mr. Trump, President Trump, you had a big set of balls back in 2015. I don't know where those balls went, but you need to find them again. I'm looking like he's over here. He's not over here. You need to find your balls again. And not compromise them at all. Because you are becoming lukewarm. Either be hot or be cold. Because lukewarm nobody wants. And he needs to not be saying anything about masks. I mean, he needs to stand by. If you feel like you need to wear a mask, wear a mask. And if you feel like you don't, do not. I don't think they're that helpful. But if it makes you feel better, wear one. If you're vulnerable, if you have comorbidities, if the flu season is always every single year a danger to you, then wear a mask and social distance. And if not, don't worry about it. Have your parties, go to work, let's live life. Because all this is, guys, is a bad case of the flu season. That's all it is. This is not some aerosolized Ebola. This is not a contagion. Kills you in 3 days. Think about how many people you know that have died. Think about how many people each one of you know that watch this video that have actually even gotten somebody that got sick of it or what got tested, diagnosed with it, tested positive for it. And then out of those people that are out there that know somebody who tested positive to it, how many of those people even knew they were sick or had just some mild case of getting a little sick or getting a little bit of the flu bug? Can you imagine every single year if we held, nonstop news coverage of people that were sick at home? Breaking news, Stephen stays home for 2.5 days and has the sniffles and slight congestion and then running a low-grade fever. Now back to you, Bob. No, we wouldn't do that. Same scenario here, guys. Okay, God, I went 12 minutes. Didn't mean to go 12 minutes. Probably nobody's going to get the end of this one. I'm ranting. That's how it goes. It's been a drive time with Steven. I don't even know what I said and everything. I just was ranting. Please subscribe. Please share. Please like. And give me your comments below. If you agree or disagree with anything I had to say, great. Love to hear from you below. Until next time, we'll talk to you later. Bye.